What's going on, everyone? So, Lakers need perimeter defense. It's a big issue. You look at the starting unit, and offensively, it's like, good luck stopping them. And then you look at them defensively, and it's like, good luck getting stopped, right? It's a big problem. One of the guys that I really love to see is Jarred Vanderbilt, right? I believe, obviously, if trades happen or something happens, whatever, then maybe that changes it. But I think right now, as it stands, no pun intended, Jarred Vanderbilt should be the starter. I don't think that they're going to do that. I think they're going to have Rui be the starter, assuming, again, the roster is as it is. But I think that's the wrong move. Maybe not during the regular season. Again, I think you're fine in the regular season. Like, Lakers are going to be the best offense, probably going to win 55 games, and they're probably just going to run through the league regarding health, right? So I'm not really worried about the regular season. I worry about come playoff time when it's like, hey, I don't care how good you are offensively, that well dries up sometimes. And, even the best offenses in history have had, 5-minute stretches where they just can't score the basketball. So you need your defense at least to be serviceable enough to kind of impact things. And you look at Jarred Vanderbilt, and what does he do? What does he bring? And he brings everything this Lakers team needs, right? Rebounding. He's going to help get second chance points. He can be a slasher and cutter off the bench, right? You have plenty of offense. Between Luka, Austin Reeves, LeBron James, and DeAndre Ayton, you have more than enough offense. You need the defense. You need to be able to stop guys. You need to be able to deploy somebody that can defend at a high level, 1 through 3 for you, and really kind of hold his own and now kind of drops the pecking order down to everybody, right? And the biggest thing is Jarred Vanderbilt should be healthy, right? Last year, Jarred Vanderbilt was coming back from injury, and he never really was peak Jarred Vanderbilt. Now, hopefully, that was just because he was coming back from injury last year. Now have a full offseason to kind of condition and work on his things, all of that. Okay, right? Because if he can get back to peak Jarred Vanderbilt, again, Lakers were the best team in basketball with Jarred Vanderbilt at the 3 with Austin Reeves and D'Angelo Russell. Like, imagine what that looks like with Luka, Austin Reeves, DeAndre Ayton, and LeBron James. Now, it also helped that you had Anthony Davis. So Lakers were the best defense because you had Anthony Davis that covered so much ground, plus Jarred Vanderbilt that covers so much ground. But we know what Jarred Vanderbilt can do to this team. We know the impact that he has. And I understand, people are going to say, but he gets played off the court come playoff time. One, it's hard when you have like Jackson Hayes out there who can't spread the floor, can't score the basketball outside of a lob threat, and then a Jarred Vanderbilt who also does the same thing, right? It's about like the pieces that you put around him. Also, he doesn't have to play 30 minutes, right? You have him start and you have him close. If somebody else is just lighting it up, like if Rui's, 50% from 3-point range, then it's like, okay, we should probably keep him out there, right? To close these games out. But the idea is like, Jarred Vanderbilt gives you the first 5 minutes and then like the last, he can play 10 minutes a night. I don't care, right? But you need him to kind of help lay that first punch, kind of keep teams honest, and then that way the Lakers can kind of run away with it offensively. And then, to close the game, it's like, hey, we're going to need, 3 stops at the end. Jarred Vanderbilt can be a guy that can help in that regard. Like, you don't have to play him 40 minutes a night, right? Like, but I do think him as your starter with the other 4 guys, I think makes the best sense, especially if Ayton does buy in defensively. DeAndre Ayton's talked about how he wants to be a better rim protector, wants to be better, just shot blocker, wants to be kind of the defensive anchor for the Lakers. That's great. If he can really be that for the Lakers, beautiful. Right now, you can add a Jarred Vanderbilt, and then now if Ayton's really buying in on the defensive side and being that shot blocker and being that rim protector, which he has all the tools to be, right? The guy's hyper athletic, true 7-footer, got the interior size, as well as the wingspan, 7'6" wingspan or something like that. The guy has all the tools to be an excellent defensive player. I'm not saying a lead. He's never going to be Anthony Davis, but very few are. But if he can be that legit shot blocker, and then you add in Jarred Vanderbilt, I'm not expecting the Lakers to be the best defense in the league, but if they can be, top 15 defense, right, and then the number 1 offense by a large margin, guess what? Now they're a contender. Great example, Denver. Denver won the championship. They were 15th in defense during the regular season. They weren't even number 1 in offense, but they were 15th in defense. And then in the playoffs, they were the second worst defense in all of the playoffs, the entire playoffs. And they won a championship and ran through everybody. Like, it wasn't even like the closest anyone came was Devin Booker and the Phoenix Suns when Devin Booker shot 71% from the field, right? Which never happened before and never happened since. And they still got ran through. They just made it a little interesting, right? It was just like, oh man, like, wow. Yeah, you got one, right? Like, it's just, so again, if the Lakers can be that elite offense, be the clear-cut best offense in basketball, and then add in just serviceable defense, right, then all of a sudden, Lakers could end up being a real true contender. I think Jarred Vanderbilt is going to mask and make up a lot of the Lakers' flaws. You know the effort, you know the energy he brings and provides, right? I also wouldn't want to play him 40 minutes a night just because I don't want him to get hurt, right? Like, that's the other thing. I don't want Jarred Vanderbilt. We need Jarred Vanderbilt. Right? Now, obviously, look, if the Lakers end up pulling off some trades and doing some stuff, because I've even talked about, Lakers may maybe look to trade Jarred Vanderbilt, but that's if you get guys, right? I'm talking about as is right now, right? Like, Jarred Vanderbilt may end up being one of the most important players for the Lakers this year. He might end up being one of those guys that's just, we might desperately need him, especially if he gets back to being the Jarred Vanderbilt we know and love that he can be, right? The pre-injury Jarred Vanderbilt. And my hope is that now he has a full training camp, a full offseason, right? He's going to be able to condition, kind of strengthen himself a little better. Hopefully he's working on his three-point shot, right? But again, he can kind of, because of Ayton's ability to stretch the floor, right, you can run him in the pick and rolls. Jarred Vanderbilt still spread the floor, but you can also operate him as the slasher and cutter, have him move off ball more, also be that kind of lob threat, put him in the dunker spot at times, right? You could even do things where like Vando's on the weak side, so he's basically slotted in at the 4 on offense, with LeBron slotted in at the 3 on defense, or on offense, right? And then switch it defense. That's what I meant, right? So like offense, like Lakers have the basketball, put Vando on the weak side, LeBron on the strong side, and then so LeBron's kind of operating as your 3, Vando as your 4. And then on defense, you switch. Vando goes back to the 3, LeBron goes back to the 4. And then now Vando can be that perimeter help rebound, right? Help defend, help, get second chance points and create opportunities and advantages, especially if the Lakers really are as good as offensively as I believe that they will be. And then you add a guy like Jarred Vanderbilt that's going to give you just, more opportunities through just second chance opportunities, as well as, creating turnovers, live ball turnovers, or just, turnovers, period, right? Impacting the game at the level we know he can impact. Jarred Vanderbilt might be the exact answer that the Lakers need, right? In that starting unit. Problem is, I don't think that they're going to do that. I think they'll go with Rui Hachimura, and I think that's probably incorrect. I think Rui, if you're going to keep Rui, I think you bring him off the bench. Again, Rui can play the starter minutes. You could have Rui play 35 minutes, just like, hey, dude, we just don't want you to start. That, or you got to pull him out early, right, and bring Jarred Vanderbilt in early, right? Maybe you start him and then pull Rui out, and then Jarred Vanderbilt comes in for, at the 5-minute mark or whatever, and plays, 8 minutes, and then 8 minutes towards the end or something like that, right? But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, pass question to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me out, so we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.